Hi guys, my name is Samantha. Today we are going to be talking about your morning routine in a special education classroom. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button if you want some more teacher tips. Make sure to also hit that bell to be notified every time that I make a new video. Let's get started. I just want to start off by saying that I have tried every single morning routine there literally ever was. I just want to give you guys the very best ideas that I've ever had when it comes to calendar time. So I've tried print calendar times and I've tried digital calendar times. I by far love the digital calendar times. So I decided to create a Google Slides calendar time. In this video, I'm going to go through the digital calendar time slides that I've created. The best thing about it is that it is editable, so you can add anything that you want to this calendar time. Let's jump in. Everyone's calendar time might look a little bit different. My favorite way of doing calendar time is to actually have it on my smartboard. Then also, for some of my students with more significant needs, they have their own iPads or laptops, and I create individualized calendar times for these students. It just really depends on your class and your students. So the best part about this is that it can be individualized or it can be for whole class or both. You could put your calendar time on your smartboard and have students be completing it at the same time on their iPads or their laptops. The reason I love this calendar time so much is because of how inclusive it is. There's so many options with it. So on the front cover, we have calendar time, and then you can place your own photo here. If I was doing this for the whole class, I would take a picture of the whole class and have everybody's photos up there. Or if it is individualized, I would take a picture with the student or just the student by themselves and place it on their calendar time. I've really noticed that when it's individualized like that and there's a picture of the student on it, it makes them a lot more excited to complete it every single morning. Sometimes for fun, whenever there's a holiday coming up or if there's something fun going on in our day, I will change their photo and put something fun on it. Like for Halloween, I might put a ghost on there, and the kids always love that when I switch it up. The slides that I'm going to talk about are for individualized or for whole group calendar time. So I kind of put a mixture of both in there because you can edit your own slides and make it fit the needs of all of your students. The next slide that we have is my first name. So this is great for my students who are still working on spelling their names. The students will click the first letter of their first name and then drag it and so on. The next slide includes their middle name. If you want to keep this, you can, or you can delete it. After their first and middle name, of course, next is their last name. Next, I have the students' birth months. So if you are doing this as a whole class, you could pick one student and have them come up and tell everyone what their birthday is. If it's individualized, then obviously the students just put their own birth date. The next slide is for emotions. This is probably my students' favorite slide because, you know, of course, they love the character or the smiley face that's sticking out their tongue. They also love the one that's vomiting. Some of the kids like to make a joke out of it and say that they're sick. And if, for example, they put a mad face up there, we can talk about it as a whole class about why they're feeling mad. It's a really great way for students to really be in touch with their emotions and also learn about emotions and talk about their feelings. I love this slide. Then we have the weather and we have what season it is. The following slide is what clothes I wore today. It's really great to relate the clothes that the students are wearing to the season, of course, and what is appropriate and what's not appropriate. Next, we talk about the color of my students' clothes. This is obviously great for color recognition. Then we talk about typical calendar things like today's date, what day it is, what month it is, what year it is, and so on. Included in my calendar time, we always include a little bit of life skills math and a little bit of life skills English or reading. I've included a coin sort where students sort the coins by their value. Then I have included students practicing counting to 20. I also have some students that can count higher to 20, so I switch out that table and I put a hundreds table in, or if I want them to practice counting by tens, I will put that into the slide. Anything math related on there. One of the last slides that I include is the alphabet, all the letters from A to Z. Depending on the student, we will just talk about letter recognition, or we can talk about the sounds that the letters make. I definitely recommend having an Alexa in your classroom or a Google Home, anything like that, because I love playing random music to my students all day long. So within this slide of the ABCs, I always play the song. I believe it's called Letter Sounds by Kids TV 123. This is something that has helped my students learn all of the letters of the alphabet super fast, and they'll be singing the song all day long. I definitely recommend it. And lastly, here's an area for you to add your own slide. You can add anything that you want. This is a great place to put things for individual students. So some of my students are working on reading, so I will put their sight words on here. Or sometimes I will put just a fun get up and dance kind of YouTube video on this slide. The options are endless. I definitely recommend making this as fun as you can. Students love how interactive this calendar time is, and they love that it's personalized just for them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this calendar time gave you some ideas. If you are interested in purchasing the calendar time that I created, the link is below. Please make sure to click the like button on this video, and again, please subscribe to me. If you are into Facebook, make sure that you add my Facebook group, which is called Special Education Life Skills Math. I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy teaching!